What up, you lab rats? This is episode number 76, and today we're talking about the part 2 of information overload, goal settings,
time management.
Time management, thank you. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the lab. My name is Megan.
I'm Kevin.
Let's
Get
in the lab. Okay, so as you can see, we got a little new setup going on. And I had this forever, but you actually just made it happen in a GIF.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how we can do it. And then you were like, bloop.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty exciting around here because I'm going to be speaking at Podcast San Diego in a little bit. I'm getting
little bit.
And very anxious.
So this Saturday, if you're free in San Diego, I think it's held at Balboa Park.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Well,
all the details would be in the description, but Cheese coming with me. You're going to document it for Jared.
Yeah, I'll be photographing
Cool.
just all the speakers.
Yeah. So
it should be fun, and maybe I'll stick my iPhone on Meerkat or something, and you can see
that's
Megan.
exactly what we're going to do. Thank you for
Megan
the reminder.
speak. Yeah.
Yeah, so no formal episode on the Lab Rat Dailies for Saturday. Usually that's the weekend warrior, and I teach you how to do stuff. But I'm just going to stream the whole thing. So it'll be kind of a cool experience. I'll wake up, I'll be streaming it I'll be getting ready. And it's cool because I think, some content can be generated from that. Like, what do you wear? What do you bring? How do you prep? What are you doing right now?
How you present?
Anxious? Yeah. And then we're going to stream the whole thing on Meerkat. So if you want to follow along with that, just add me on Twitter. It's at Megan J Photo. Okay. So today, I was looking back over the episodes, and we have a good bulk of them kind of built up now. And then I was reading Pat Flynn's blog, the Smart Passive Income blog, and one of those things, and Derek Halpern also talks about this, is repositioning, remarketing your best episodes, work, blogs, articles. And we are doing that now that we're building up content. You know, so being able to reposition your most popular stuff. So what we're going to do today is take a look back at our most popular episode, and was surprisingly from back in the day. And it got 365 views,
Wow,
plays.
that's a lot.
Just on SoundCloud. And so I don't know what the stats are everywhere else. I got kind of lazy after that. But I said, okay, cool. We can talk about that because this is episode number 11. And so a lot has changed since that has gone down. And so we're going to talk about how we are doing time management differently now, or just do like a checkup, like how are we doing right now? And then information overload, meaning like all the content that we consume and how we put that into action. And then what was the other one? Goal setting. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to look at some of the stats at who's listening to the show and give a shout out to them. So we have countries like Canada, Australia, Thailand, South Africa, the Philippines, Belgium, United Kingdom, Ireland, and Saudi Arabia.
Wow. I guess we got to move to Europe because everyone's coming from around Europe.
I guess so. Well, we were just talking about that. And, I was asking you, do you think we're going to stay here forever here in Yorba Linda?
No one knows.
No one knows. I don't know. We'll see.
Life takes us anywhere.
Yeah. The point is that hopefully we're setting up kind of a business and a system to where we can go everywhere.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with photography, like you were telling me, you're not going to be able to shoot forever. And so...
Well, weddings, maybe. Not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
If I expand into advertisement photography, you don't know. You can do that forever.
That's true. I mean, photography is an incredible skill, and so we're talking a lot about that. But let's do some couples 1, 2, 3 tag. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Do you think the past matters in a relationship?
Past matters in a relationship, as in like past relationships, or what?
Like, okay.
Or past mistakes that you made?
Yeah. It doesn't, however you want to take the question. Do you think the past matters in a relationship?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
I think
it
shouldn't, right?
It shouldn't. it like influences us in how we are today.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't matter. I would say to look back at it as a foundation where we came from, but really has no effect on the present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it will have an effect. I think, like, ultimately you were raised, or you were in, or you experienced a sort of situation before, and that has shaped who you are today.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so while we say, like, it shouldn't matter, I think it's inevitable. You are going to be affected by your past. I think the point is that you don't let it get in the way.
Or, certain events that were very horrible in the past get in the way.
You don't let it, like, turn you into somebody who doesn't know how to love, or to give love, or to be kind, or whatever, right?
But I believe the people that you're surrounded by will change you over time.
Yeah.
And things that you read upon, things that you're influenced currently in the present, the past wouldn't kind of relate with that situation. So normally whoever supports you and whoever's like bringing you up in the present time, then that's what you're going to take on from there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, you should never be, like, bogged down by your past. Like, everybody talks about, oh, that person's got relationship baggage. And I think we all at some point carry that, but there has to be a point to where you're like, you know, we're tired of the sob story or what happened to you when you're young, or what, you know, if you got burned before, like, what are you doing right now to make your life awesome, and the relationship that you're in awesome as well, right?
Yeah, because no one can travel back in the past and change that. So you only can change what's coming up or now. So,
you can only react what, you know, and be present right now. So I hope we're doing that, right?
Yeah,
I think we're doing that.
Yeah. I don't think about the past.
I don't think about the past. I mean, I think about it in that, like, holy crap, I can't believe like this and that. But I get really, like, inspired about our relationship, because it used to be, for me, so bad. Yeah. And, like, I think I'm super thankful that I'm in the relationship that I'm in now. Definitely. It's like a good comparison.
Okay.
I could be like, oh man, thank God that's done.
Yeah.
That's how I think about the past. Like, thank God that's done. And I'm super thankful for what we have now. So
definitely.
Okay, let's get into the episode. Let's talk about time management. I think before I took a quick gander at that episode, and we were just kind of still trying it out. The show was still very new. We were still kind of figuring out our voice on the show.
Yeah, I think since that was episode 11, many things has changed, because I was just still getting familiar with podcasting. So everything was organized on an outline, I remember. And I felt like we were very robotic. Yep. But now that we're more loose, and I kind of found myself within podcasting, and I'm more comfortable now. Yeah, so, you are. Yeah, we can definitely dive into time management. Yeah. And within time management, within photography, I don't know what I said in episode 11, but I felt we're being more constructive. We're being smart within our time management. Yeah. And in a way, we put ourselves first. So in our schedule, I put myself first, as in taking care of my health, making sure that I can function throughout the entire day. Good point. Before podcasting, I was all over the place. I didn't have an organized schedule. I would just work out whenever I can work out. Yeah. And I felt like I was lazy in a way that there's days that I don't feel like doing anything. Yeah. But now, if you set yourself a schedule and manage your time efficiently, putting yourself first, that way you can do the rest. I believe if you take care of yourself, you're able to manage everything else in your task, because you're able to function right. True. And I felt, working out earlier is definitely definitely a lot better than working out at night, because when I work out at night, I can't sleep. Yeah. But working out during the day, it kind of fixes your
hormones.
Yeah, your hormones. Yeah. In a way that you don't even take naps during the day.
Right.
Before, I would sleep around 2 or 3 p.m. and wake up looking all tired. Shitty and stuff. So.
That's true. I didn't. You're bringing up so much that I didn't even think about. So that's really awesome.
Yeah. Putting yourself first is, that's what I do. And then after that, after the gym, is when I start diving into emails, and then answer all the emails, and I dive into my current weddings or whatever I have on my plate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. I think, it's the same thing. So when we first started to try to time manage, it was all over the place. And then slowly, I think with the whole, putting ourselves first and putting health first, for me, it was just rehabilitating my back. And then slowly doing things little by little. And then finally you got me the gym pass. Yeah. And now it's like I'm so super motivated to go because the gym is so nice.
But you've been taking care of yourself.
Yeah, and I've finally been taking, like, I feel like I can do anything because now my back is not this burden. Where I used to complain all the time, remember? All the time with my back. I can't do this. And
Megan's been, or you've been consistent. Sorry.
I'm right here.
But you've been consistent at it. So it's been really great
to
see that progression that you're taking care of yourself on your own. And I believe that's what works out within a relationship is, you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
That's
so
very
if
true.
I didn't take care of myself, I was like just a fat blob, couldn't even like get out of bed and do anything, then I'm not able to help the other person because you don't know, how about I get a heart attack the next day just because I ate too many in and out. So
you were just talking about that.
So just saying, if you take care of yourself, you'll live a happy life and you're able to continue with your business and continue with your goals.
Right. So with time management, like we established that working out in the morning and getting your energy right is kind of essential for you to do stuff in, throughout the day. It kind of sets your clock right. It's a good, restart. Yeah. Like a healthy restart. And then you're now able to do more things. And that's interesting. You said, like, I don't even take naps anymore. Because I used to feel like that too. Like around 2:30 to 3, I'd be really tired and run down. And then I would take a nap and then feel like, I don't want to do anything anymore. But now that we've worked out and created a schedule for ourselves, I think having the show, like committing to the fact that every Wednesday we got to do, or every Tuesday we got to do the show for the show on Wednesday, right? We have to set some kind of schedule. And so it really keeps us accountable in whatever task we're doing. Yeah. Because we're each doing really different tasks. And in order for us to find the time, having the commitment, like, okay, I commit to this show, it makes you hustle smarter because you got to show up for this show. Yeah. And now that getting the lab is daily with the Lab Rat Dailies, like it really makes me keep my schedule together. Now I'm writing everything and
set yourself an agenda.
Yeah, agenda.
Just because it just keeps you in line, you know what to expect throughout the week or within that day. Yeah. That way you can mark it off. It's like a checklist. Yeah. And it really keeps your mind in an organizational mode. So
I think so. Yeah. I think that's been the greatest thing. And having commitments, like if you're not committed to anything, how are you going to be motivated to do anything? Like, I think the greatest thing that's happened to me to be more productive is to have a daily show, even though it is a lot of work, but because it's daily, I'm so motivated to be more efficient, more productive because I have something to show up for every day.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, the tools that we use within time management, how we accomplish all of our tasks for a day is right now, I mean, versus before, we're using Google Docs. Yeah. We probably said that earlier. Yeah. I feel like just setting out all these tasks for Megan.
Lay it on me.
Yeah. I mean,
I like it.
But it's sort of like an agenda. It's like a reminder, like, okay, I just refer a Google Doc. She's able to edit, erase it, check mark it, whatever. It's very convenient, as well as we're using Google Calendar just to show our own schedule together and see.
We share it.
Yeah, we're sharing it to make sure that we're not stepping on each other's toes, what's coming up, and not expecting like, I thought you were going to be here, but you're not here. Well, it's on Google Calendar now, so. Yeah, so everyone can see.
That's true.
So making sure, like, if you do work with multiple people and you want to share your calendar, Google Calendar is very efficient, and Google Docs for delegating tasks.
Right.
And that is a part-time management and tools. Is there any other tools you like to share?
Other tools, I would say, I think that's it. Well, between us, that's basically it. I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to the next one.
All right.
Information overload.
Yeah.
So
Go for it.
information overload. Okay. So I think this was a part of episode 11 because somebody was asking, I consume so much content and it almost feels like I can't even execute on this because it feels like I have so much to do. Because I've learned so much, awesome. But now it feels like I have so much to do and I'm behind. And now it just feels like I'm like, But you know what? The only thing I think that I can say about information overload, because as far as consuming content like 2 years ago to now, it's definitely still up there. I still consume a lot of podcasts, but I've eliminated a lot and I don't actually listen to too much stuff or read too much stuff. And I really try to make that list as short as I can. And that is predicated on what do I need to learn right now?
Yeah.
Right? Like it can be very like tempting to want to listen to everybody's shows and read a lot of blogs that are like, yeah, that's cool, but what do I need to learn right now?
Mm-hmm.
So like if you can simplify your consumption list of content that you're consuming and make that as, small as possible to just kind of cater to what do I need to learn right now? Like for me, I get so hyped up on learning about software. But that's not what I need to do right now. I need to focus on like how to deliver a speech in the best way, how to network, how to work a room, what to bring, what to prep, and then, preparation for the actual talk. Like I need to learn that right now. So I've eliminated everything else that could be a distraction or that could fill my head with space that, it doesn't need to take up room there, and just focus solely on that. So I remember this because Greg Hickman said, you know what, you can learn a bunch of stuff, but execute this, which is just in time learning, just in time for what you need to be doing right now and what you need to execute on. So you're not like,
I definitely agree. I'm diving into the world of advertisement photography, and I'm choosing, I'm consuming everything, but I'm really making things specific in what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing trial and errors and finding inspirations that are close to what I'm looking for. So I only chose 2 photographers that inspire me versus a list of 10 different photographers that does advertisement photography. So that's simplifying my list right there. Choosing the top 2 out of a bunch that I would like to follow and probably learn from them. Yeah. And I'll start from the basics. I'm not going to jump the gun to their level and learning everything about photoshopping and masking and whatever.
Right.
So starting with the basics, like I was using Megan or using you. Well, I don't know if I'm talking to you.
You're talking to me.
Yeah. So I was using you as the subject in lighting, testing my skills and what I can do currently with my equipment. So that's simplifying the list.
Yeah.
And that's not overloading myself, not overwhelming myself with too many information, just taking little steps.
Right. And I had somebody ask me on Instagram, you can send me questions through Instagram. And he was like, you know what? I want to do this. He's got this big grand vision. And he's like, but it all starts with a name. And I said, it actually starts with, are you helping people? Is your content or your service actually going to work? Is it validated? Not really the name. The name can change. I think you kind of have to figure out, like, go back to the basics. Are you helping people? Are you actually creating a difference? Or do you sound like everybody else? How is it that you're being different in the market?
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, I think we get caught up on the fanciness. The actions, right? The bundles, whatever, the kind of fancy stuff that it kind of masks the fact that you haven't even mastered the basics yet. And like, I love how you were saying that, with the 3-point lighting system, you wanted to go fancy with it, but then you came back and you calmed yourself down and said, I'm just going to figure this out with like no compositing, no fancy actions, just figure it out with the lighting, the basics first. And so I think that could be transferred into many walks of things. It's like, don't distract yourself with fancy stuff and get, information overload, but master the basics.
Exactly.
So, okay. So last thing, want to talk about goal setting.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously our goals have changed, and I think they change kind of like on a weekly basis.
Yeah, we're setting goals that we can reach.
Right.
We're not setting futuristic goals.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're futuristic.
Well, goals that we can reach.
Yeah.
But not way into the future.
So what's your goals right now, B? What do you think has changed, or what's going on right now? What are your goals now?
My current goals is with Google updating by April 21st. For those that don't know, that they will be dinging all websites that aren't mobile. Mm-hmm. So my goal is to change my current websites that aren't mobile ready to be mobile ready.
Right. Yeah. So that's a big deal.
That's a goal that you can reach, and that you can definitely.
Yeah, we can execute upon on that. Yeah, for sure. What about in the photography thing?
Within photography, probably advertisement photography. A goal that I can reach is probably learning the 101 basics of compositing.
Lighting. Studio lighting.
Yeah, studio lighting.
Versus natural. Because we've been super natural up until this point, and I mean, it's just so much easier. Yeah. And it is so much more technical with lighting.
But if with 3-point lightings, if I'm able to be more efficient on a wedding day to set up 3-point lights within like a minute, that would be awesome.
Your mind.
That's my goal. Because not a lot of people could do that.
Yeah, true.
Setting up a shot in 3 minutes, and I mean within 1 minute, and then just snap.
It's super challenging because we were talking about like now you have to premeditate your shot instead of like when you just shoot naturally and shoot weddings. Most likely it's what's my situation? Okay, let's go. And like commercial and advertisement photography, it's like you gotta think about this, you gotta think about that, you gotta think about how the light hits here and here and. All these kinds of components.
It's sort of different. I mean, advertisement photography is like prepping for your speech. Everything is prep beforehand. Premeditated until the show is being run.
Right.
But wedding photography, you're doing it on the day of, and then you take it back in the back end afterwards.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty much similar.
It's like the other side of the coin. Yeah. Basically, it's not like it's so removed, but two sides of the same coin. Goals for me. Okay. So now that we're building up a lot of content, right? I want to remind myself that just creating content without looking back to see what you've created and what you can do with that content is pretty stupid. So what I plan to do, and I got the idea from you, which is sort of consolidation of things. And so to make things simpler and to make things kind of come under one brand so that just for myself as well, I'm aware of what's coming out of here, out of this content creator, and it makes sense across the board. And then also to have the information there, because there's a lot of info there that somebody who may need it can't access because it's not easy to access. Yeah. And so I'm thinking about consolidating of sorts and figuring out which domain, which name, which brand thing is like the most powerful and creates the most traction for people. And then execute on that. So that's what's going on right now. And then really of course, to show up to these events that I'm going to, I'll be going to 3 events this year. Any more than that, maybe podcast moving, I'm not sure. But to show up to those events and to not just be a fly on the wall, but to actually be engaging and to be a little, just to give a little bit more of myself, which is odd for me, but I need to.
But I think that's.
But it's in the industry that I
really
love,
good.
So. Yeah.
Because I should have done that a while ago. I mean, it's been
now we can do it together.
Yeah, 7 years in photography and never attended WPPI, and finally this year it was fun. It was a big eye opener to network with a bunch of photographers.
Yeah, people do really want to see you. I see that being on the outside and being as loud as I am, people do want to see you to be the face of your brand, and it's up to you to step up to that mantle. And that is a lot, but you kind of make it your own. You'll make it your own. You won't follow in my footsteps or somebody else's, but you'll make it your own because eventually you're going to have to be, right? I don't see there being another way where we can hide away again behind our portfolios. It's very much levels of transparency that's going to make your brand more powerful and lasting and give your brand equity throughout the years. You play the long game, not the short game. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else happening this year?
This year.
I mean, this week.
That's way too
we
futuristic.
only think a week. Yeah, we only think a week in ahead in advance.
Within this week, I'll be, for those mountain bikers, we'll be mountain biking in Marshall Canyon, which is near Rancho Cucamonga, and night riding in Fullerton Loop.
Yeah, I'm glad you got back into the mountain biking.
Yeah,
thing.
I really enjoy it. It was just before, when you're riding by yourself, it's sort of boring. So
well, that's good. It just
I'm taking out my brother.
Gets you out of the house.
Yeah, he's gone into it, so it's really fun.
Yeah. And so this weekend we're going to be, again, just a reminder, meerkatting the whole thing of Podcast San Diego. I'll take you guys along and you can meet all of my friends over there. And I can't wait to see them. And the week after that, I'll be in San Diego once again for Amy Schmidauer's SSSLive, the live event where she teaches you how to be a vlogger and use vlogging for business. Very similar to what I do because, I was inspired by her and learned from her. And then after that, I'll be in New Media Expo. So that's from April 13th to 16th. I'm only going to be there for like a couple of days, but it'll be a good chance. If you are going, I'd love to connect. Hit me up on Facebook or Twitter at Megan J Photo. And that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So good things, guys. We'll see you next time here. And once again, my name is Megan.
I'm Kevin.
Reminding you to get in the lab. We'll see you.
Peace out.